Welcome to the Hidden Palace with Skyblaze.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. I am Skyblaze, and this is the WinterFest edition of the Hidden Palace here on Radio Sega. So, school may be out for Christmas, that doesn't stop you from learning, so here I am delivering the Sega education that you all deserve. Special treat for you today, I'm going to be talking about the first few games from the famous RPG series from Sega, Phantasy Star. Feeble excuse being, star on top of a Christmas tree, Phantasy Star. It's what I've got, deal with it. We're starting, of course, with the original Phantasy Star, which came out on the Master System in Japan on the 20th of December 1987, with the European and US releases being out the year afterwards. We've got someone saying, it's Callum, saying, I think I mentioned this before, but Skyblaze Hidden Palace was the first RS show I've listened to excessively. That's very sweet of you, thank you very much. So Phantasy Star. The game was designed as a way to make a competitor in the emerging RPG market with the likes of Final Fantasy, Ys and Dragon Quest. What sets this game apart is the dungeons, which rather than being viewed from a standard top-down perspective, as seen in the majority of RPG games at the time, things like Legend of Zelda and so on, instead, you would have a first-person perspective, more akin to some of the early D&D video games like Eye of the Beholder. The story is set in the Algol system, which consists of 3 planets: the lush and green Palma, the arid and barren Matavia, and the icy and desolate Azores. You play as Alice, a teenager who is seeking revenge for the death of her brother at the hands of King Lassic's forces. On her quests for revenge, she is joined by the warrior Odin, the wizard Noah, and a cat-like creature called Meow. Meow. I like that name. While on the search for King Lassic, she soon discovers that the king has been influenced by an entity called the Dark Falls, also known as the Dark Force, depending on the translation. After she defeats King Lassic, Dark Falls escapes to possess the governor of Matavia. Thankfully, Alice & Co. prevents this and manages to destroy Dark Falls in the final confrontation, bringing peace back to the Algol system. This was actually the most expensive game to create for the Master System due to the larger 4 megabit chip, with the need for a save battery along with the chip shortage across the industry. Boy, that sounds familiar, doesn't it, ladies and gents and others? This resulted in the game being pretty hard to find in Japan. There were also copies of Phantasy Star which were released onto the Mega Drive, although these were pretty much simply Master System printed circuit boards with an appropriate connector pin to work on Mega Drive consoles. Yeah, well done, guys. The reason for their creation is unknown, although some sources say this could be part of some sort of prize giveaway. And speaking of prize giveaways, I hope you're going to keep listening, because later on in the show you'll have a chance at winning a prize with my quiz later on in the show. Let's have some music then. So I've got 2 requests, and so far these are the only requests I've had for today's show. So first of all, we've got from Phantasy Star Collection Sound Collection 1. This is the Field Medley, requested by Electric Boogaloo. And after that, we had from the Lassic Boss theme, which is done by, I think they're called 2 Electric Guitars, and it's a remix that Doan found on YouTube and recommended to me. So I hope you enjoy those, and I'll be back after this music break to talk about Phantasy Star 2. that was the Phantasy Star Classic boss theme by 2 electric guitars that were requested by Doan. And before that, we had from the Phantasy Star Collection Sound Collection 1, the Field Medley, requested by Electric Boogaloo. And apparently people are a bit apprehensive about my upcoming quiz. It's absolutely fine, as long as you have paid close attention to my previous shows over the past year-ish. You'll be absolutely fine. Yep. And yeah, people are saying that Grey 4 is cursed to make awful jokes. You could argue that I am also cursed because, you know, I live with him. I even married him. What on earth was I thinking? Quiet, you. Quiet in the cheap seats. Right, where was I? So, released in 1989 for the Mega Drive, Phantasy Star 2 sees us thrown 1,000 years into the future, long after the events of the first game. Here the planets are now more commonly known as Palm, Mota and Dezo instead of Palma, Motovia and Dezoris. The major change in the Algol system is that the once arid and barren Motavia is now a lush green and blue jewel of a planet where life is relatively peaceful and the people need not want for anything. With the planet's climate and biology being controlled by a central system called Mother Brain. Mother Brain. I'm going to move on. Our protagonist is a character called Rolf, who has been recently having nightmares about a young girl being attacked by a shadowy demon. Just before the demon would kill the girl, Rolf awakens in his home on Mota. Leaving to meet with the government head of Mota, he is given a mission to investigate the increased sightings of biomonsters. Heading off with his cat-like humanoid companion Ney and 6 others, Rolf soon encounters a human-biomonster hybrid called Neyfirst, who is planning to destroy the humans on Mota by sabotaging the planet's climate systems and biosystem labs. And TCB is saying, not Mother Brain, Mother Brain. See the difference? No, not really. It's still probably going to turn out to be evil. And Darren's saying, evil Mother Brains in video games and films that I know of, 4. That's reassuring. Despite the best efforts of the protagonists, the climate control systems are damaged, leading to the planet's main water reservoir being set to overflow with water. As he races to open the 4 dams to prevent a catastrophic flood, Rolf is labelled a criminal by Mother Brain due to the damage caused to the climate systems and is captured just after he managed to avert the flooding of Mota. Following his capture, Rolf and his companions are imprisoned in a satellite prison in space. Wait, it's turning into Blake 7 now. Where a malfunction leads to it heading on a collision course with the planet Palm. Managing to escape in just the nick of time, Rolf and his crew are rescued by the space pirate Tyler. No, it really is turning into Blake 7. Sadly, the satellite prison continues on its heading and impacts with Palm, causing a chain reaction leading to the planet's destruction. Wow. So basically, things start pretty bad and just keep getting worse in this game. Now the system's most wanted criminal, Rolf heads to Dezo and discovered Lutz, awakening from his long cryogenic sleep. Okay. Did I mention Lutz before? I can't remember if I did. Lutz then revealed that he was one of the companions of Alice from the first game, and that Rolf is a descendant of Alice. He also confirms that the demon in his dreams is the Dark Force, and Lutz sends Rolf off to collect the weapons and armour needed to defeat Dark Force. With his journey finally taking him to the orbital satellite Noah, where Mother Brain and Dark Force are located. Now, due to the difficulty of the game, the American and European versions came with a guidebook and a map. Yeah, you know, the sort of thing you just go to Game FAQs for now. Doan's saying Phantasy Star 2 is all of the depressing sci-fi. It really is! I mean, we talk about modern games being like really dark and gritty, but there's a lot of stuff in retro games which is just really depressing. And 20 is comparing the Japanese and EU covers of Phantasy Star. That's pretty cool. Nicholas about to say, when's Daddy Brain coming home? Was he out for a cigarette? Wow. Let's have some more music then, shall we? And this is from Phantasy Star 2. This is Death of Place. Told you this game was depressing. And then for a bit more, something a bit more upbeat, we've got an OC remix. So this is from Cliff Jam, and this is Do They Headbang in Algo? So enjoy that, and I will come back after this music break where we will have, drumroll please, the quiz. So enjoy that. Make sure that you have all your homework in order, and I'll be back after this musical break.
Too much going on outside? Why not stay in and listen to Radio Sega's WinterFest 2021?
And we are back. And that was Cliff Jam, Do They Headbang in Algo? And that was from our friends over at Overclocked Remix. And before that we had from Phantasy Star 2, Death of Place. So it's quiz time! And first of all, I'm going to let you know what the prizes are. So the first prize is a Ryo Hazuki from Shenmue Tubbs Duck, courtesy of our friends over at the Sega Shop Europe. And the second prize is a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog in PAL format for the Mega Drive. It is complete in box, and I will be providing that particular prize myself. If you really want, I guess I could sign it or something. I don't know why you'd want me to, but, you know. So, how this is going to work is I'm going to read out the questions, and you will need to private message me on Discord. I am Skyblaze42 #5499, or you can right click on my name in the Radio Sega Discord chat. I will read out the questions, there will be a music break, and you will need to get the answers to the questions in by the end of that music break. The winner will be whoever gets them all correct. I do have a tiebreaker in the event of that being more than one person. So, I want Skyblaze to sign all of my Mega Drive boxes. I don't know why, but I guess if you like. So, let us proceed. So, question 1. What was the name of the cancelled console that combined the Mega Drive and 32X? What was the name of the cancelled console that combined the Mega Drive and 32X? Question 2. What Saturn game was released in the West with only one of its 3 scenarios? What Saturn game was released in the West with only one of its 3 scenarios? Question 3. What was the name of the Atlas game that is regarded as the first of the Persona games, despite not having Persona in the title? What was the name of the Atlas game that is regarded as the first in the Persona series, despite not having Persona in the title? Question 4. What portable console had a cable that let it connect to the Dreamcast? What portable console had a cable that let it connect to a Dreamcast? Question 5. Warp Games' Kenji Eno publicly snubbed Sony by announcing a game would be a Saturn exclusive at the 1996 PlayStation Expo. What was the name of this game? Warp Games' Kenji Eno publicly snubbed Sony by announcing a game would be a Saturn exclusive at the 1996 PlayStation Expo. What was the game? So you've got until the end of this music break, which is just coming up, to get your answers into me. And the music we have coming up is from Phantasy Star Online 2, Realization the Earth. Yes, I know, shut up. And then from SegaCon is the Best of Sega Music, the title demo from Phantasy Star 2. Enjoy the music, get your answers in, and I'll speak to you after this with the results.
I am lost and I'm found, walking in the darkness. and let me go do my best. Imagination for truth. Yes, I know I am on this blue planet. Realization for truth. Wake me up and let me know. Be with you. Imagination for dreams. Yes, I know you are on the same planet. I am lost and I'm found, walking in the darkness, looking for a star every night. Who are you and who am I?
Nothing like a warm drink and the best Sega music. You're listening to Radio Sega's WinterFest 2021.
And we are back. And that was that was SegaCon, the Best of Sega Music title demo, Phantasy Star 2. And before that, we had from Phantasy Star Online 2, Realization the Earth. So let's have the answer. So I'm going to reveal who's got the prizes in a moment, but here we go. The name of the cancelled console that combined the Mega Drive and 32X was the Neptune, who lives on in the form of the Hyperdimension Neptunia games. The Saturn game that was released in the West with only one of its 3 scenarios is Shining Force 3. The Atlas game that was regarded as the first in the Persona series despite not having Persona in the title is Shin Megami Tensei If. Portable console that Cable had let it connect to the Dreamcast is the Neo Geo Pocket Color. What games has Kenji Ino snubbed Sony at the 1996 PlayStation Expo regarding Enemy Zero? So the winner of that, with a very late entry, was Jamie, who got all 5 questions correct. And the runner-up, with 4 questions correct, getting it in slightly quicker than the next person, was Callum. So please, so the first prize is the duck. So please get in touch with me, Jamie, regarding where you would like that to be shipped to. And the second prize of the complete in-box copy of Sonic 1 is yours, Callum. Also, please message me regarding where I should ship that to, and if you want me to sign it or not. I guess. So I hope you enjoyed those. I hope it was suitably evil for you. I worked pretty hard on this one, going back through previous shows to try and find suitable questions. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was interesting. So let's have a look now at Phantasy Star 3: Generations of Doom. This was released in Japan in 1990, and the game is set where a bitter war is taking place between the kingdoms of Arakian and Leia. The respective leaders of each kingdom, Arakio and Leia, meet to discuss an armistice. However, they mysteriously vanish without a trace. The event causes the Arakian and Leian kingdoms to restrict travel between their worlds, and while their respective laws forbid them from killing the other, they use cyborgs and monsters to do that work for them instead. You initially play as Rhys, the crown prince of the Arakian kingdom of Landon, who is set to marry Maya, a mysterious amnesiac who washed up on Landon's shore 2 months earlier. Wow, they must have really wanted to get married from being together for only 2 months. Jeez. Sadly, their marriage is put on hold as a dragon from the kingdom of Leia swoops in and kidnaps Maya. Rhys then goes on a quest to rescue her, and we soon find out that she is in fact the princess of the kingdom of Sile, and her kidnapping was a rescue attempt by the Leians, believed that she had been stolen by the Arakians. Wow, it's all like, political intrigue and stuff. As this game progresses, we also find out that the Arakians and Leias are actually the descendants of the survivors of Palm, the planet that was destroyed in the previous game. These survivors are living in a giant satellite made up of numerous domes, each housing different environments. What makes this game unique to the previous 2 games and other RPGs at the time is that you're not playing as Rhys throughout the whole game. At a certain stage of the game, you have a choice of 2 partners, and your resulting child will then become the protagonist of the next generation. This happens once more, resulting in the 3rd generation having 4 possible protagonists, and as a result, 4 possible endings. So let's have some more music then. So from Phantasy Star 3 we have Wing of Evil, and then from Sega Rocks we've got Phantasy Star 3 main theme. So I hope you enjoy those, and I'll be back after this music break for the Chiptune Corner. I've got a show to do, love. Sorry about that. So that was Sega Rock's Phantasy Star 3 main theme, and before that we had from Phantasy Star 3 Wing of Evil. So it's time for Chip Tune Corner, which means we're almost at the end of the show, which is just as well because I'm running out of time. For the past couple of shows, I've been playing some of the Sid Effects Christmas music from the free album from c64audio.com. I'll put the link to that in the Discord chat. It's a great album and it is available for free. So I'm going to play from that album, Warren Pilkington's The 12 Days of Christmas. I hope you enjoy it, and let me know what you think. Be sure to support C64 Audio, they're a great site. And I'll be back after this to close out the show. And we're back. And that was Warren Pilkington, The 12 Days of Christmas from the Sid Effects Christmas album. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you ever so much for tuning in to my show tonight. Up next there is Radio Redux with Kevin from LMC, and after that I Need Fruit with Area X. For the full schedule, make sure you go to radiosega.net, and the full schedule is right there on the front page, or you can go directly to, I can't remember what the short link is, I'm so sorry. But please enjoy the rest of Winterfest, and the Hidden Palace will be back in the new year. So I've got one last track to go out on, and that is from the Streets of Rage remake, and it's called New Wave. So I've been Skyblaze, this has been the Hidden Palace here on Radio Sega. Happy Winterfest, Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. Take care everybody, good night.